You are now listening to the Hot Take
It's just
Hot
good to
Box.
have Joel back. It makes the Sixers get more watchable. Because
Yeah, I'll say.
these past couple weeks I've watched them, but it's just tough basketball. I mean, Maxey had a 40-burger in Houston. That was nice. They lost to the Bulls, which they shouldn't. And then, see.
I was going to say, look at the offense compared when they played the Bulls last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago, whatever. I think it was last Saturday. Compared to when they played them yesterday.
Completely
big difference here. So, Joel putting up putting up a triple-double in 30 minutes. Crazy. He's now the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. I'm here for it. I would love for him to win another MVP. I mean, listen, I don't think we're winning it all. I don't think he's going to win a finals or a finals MVP. So stack up these awards while you can. But it is going to be hard. There are four, maybe 5 legit candidates this year. My personal favorite right now is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is doing whatever he wants to everybody. He hit Derek White with a dream shake last night. And he had, I think, 36, 7, and 7, an efficient 36, 7, and 7 against Boston. So the Thunder are showing up. They're undefeated on back-to-backs. I know the whole team is 22, 23, but that team is nasty. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, a bunch of players. Isaiah Joe is turning into a sniper for them, somebody we could have used. Yeah, of course. So SGA's up there. Luka Doncic is doing ungodly things in Dallas with that, average supporting cast. And, of course, Nikola Jokic is just – it seems like he doesn't even try. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even love basketball. He's just out there doing whatever he wants and dropping triple-doubles whenever he wants. And then you have Embiid, who's just kind of doing the same thing, really. He's averaging close to a triple-double.
Another trip-dub last night. Just rolls out of bed and drops a trip-dub last night.
Crazy. So I will say I am very, very pessimistic about the whistle that he gets in the regular season compared to the playoffs.
That's fair.
Because I think it just goes away, and I don't want to necessarily just blame him. But the NBA refs are just abysmal. So they'll call whatever they want to call when you're playing the Hornets in December. But when it's April, May, and you're playing the Celtics, there's a lot of shit that's not going to get called. So hopefully, I think he has the biggest drop off from regular season points per game to playoffs points per game, something like 30 something to 23. So. Hopefully that turns around. Hopefully Maxey can continue to be that Robin to his Batman. Because obviously when Embiid's not playing, it gets a little tougher for Maxey to score efficiently. But like I said, when Embiid's playing, man, Kelly Oubre, even if he has a bad game, he's there. He's chipping in. Tobias Harris had a nice game last night. Even Batum can provide some minutes that we didn't think was going to happen. Jaden Springer finally played 21 minutes last night. 4 fouls, which, that's that try-hard defense he plays. But he also had, I think, a block and a steal. That guy barely plays any minutes and averages a half a steal and a half a block. That's kind of crazy. If he played 30 minutes, he'd probably be all defensive team in the NBA. But kind of like Thibault, he can't stay on the court long enough, fouling and not really being a negative on offense. So, I do have issues with our bench. I mean, Marcus Morris, some games he'll have 10, 15 points, and you'll be like, that's a decent little bench option. And then some games he doesn't score at all, doesn't really play at all, and it kind of gives you some concern. So I think they definitely have to make a move. I saw Kyle Neubeck talking about Pascal Siakam earlier today.
Yeah.
You brought him up before. I don't know if he fits, but I cannot say I would be mad if we traded for him. I can't. I want something else. I want somebody else to help. If we got him and it didn't work out, I'd be like, whatever, it didn't work out. It is what it is. It's better than what we had. We didn't really have much. We needed something, and OG Anunoby is off the board. I would love Alex Caruso, maybe an Alex Caruso. I was going to say DeMar DeRozan, but I do not want DeMar DeRozan. So something. They definitely have to make a move or two, and I think they will. I think they definitely will, close to the trade deadline. My fear is that they think, we're doing so good. Embiid is taking this team on his back, and this is the year that we break through. I wouldn't be so confident in that, but right now 23-10, not mad, definitely not mad. Third in the East, and it's gonna be tough to supplant either of the top two. But we're right there. We're only a game behind the Bucks, 3 behind the Celtics. The Celtics 16-0 at home, fucking crazy. So, and the Milwaukee 16-3 at home. I'm not worried about anybody else in the East. Miami is finally playing well. Orlando's starting to fall off. Indiana, that team doesn't play any defense. Cleveland's all banged up. The Knicks, Brooklyn, Chicago. I mean, the East is just not good at all. But meanwhile, you look at the West and Minnesota, OKC, Denver, even the Clippers of late have been fucking running through shit. Dallas is probably going to be hanging around with Luka. Same with Phoenix. I don't know what's going on with Phoenix. KD's been playing better lately, but he didn't look like himself for a while. And then Bradley Beal's just always hurt. Good thing we didn't trade for Bradley Beal, huh? So hopefully we make a move. Yeah,
I mean, it's really a crapshoot with some of those guys. All of a sudden, that guy's back. Then it was his ankle. Then it was something else. Yeah. Excuse me. The Suns are falling apart. KD's hurt now. He's got a hamstring injury or something along those lines. But it's tough, man. But like you said, I almost called them Eagles, but the Sixers are 3 seed in the East, like you said, would play the Bucks in the second round. That's always my focus. I'm always just worried about the second round.
Their bench, though, not good.
Yeah, but it's better. Like we've talked about this before. It's better than playing the Celtics in the first round or the second round. I mean, because if we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's just a mental hurdle that we can advance from. Yeah. Someone's house alarm is going off in my neighborhood. That's insane. I don't know if someone's gotten their shit broken into, but
maybe.
Listen, I would take a Bucks matchup. I would take Pascal Siakam because the only good thing about that is I don't think he would be all that expensive. I would give up, maybe Tobias Harris and something else and some picks.
Yeah.
And if that could get it done, then I would do it. But I don't know what they would be looking for because we don't have a ton of, maybe some Jaden Springers or something like that. I don't know if that would be of interest to them. I really don't know. But I think the good thing with Pascal Siakam is, as opposed to some of the other guys that we've had, even having a Tobias Harris, is that even if Siakam can't score or is not scoring, he can play lockdown defense. Like, he is a good defender. So I think that would be a viable, good move to kind of throw him in here. He can play the 4 next to Embiid or the 3, whatever you want to do with him. And him, Oubre, you'd have a really long, lengthy team that could play defense, and you would have a perimeter scoring and Tyrese Maxey. I think you would be built up well. I just wouldn't trade a lot of that depth that we've developed with this bench. I know we don't have great depth, but it's better than having some of the guys that we've had in recent memory, right? With some of these guys we've had, but pulling off the bench, even last year, it wasn't even that we just were so light. We only had 8 guys that we could play. I think the good thing now is that we have Marcus Morris and some of these other guys, Rocco and Batum. They're not the greatest players, but at least they can give you something when they come into the game. I don't know if that's going to translate into the playoffs. We shall see. But I do feel good. I am excited. I think, and with having Nick Nurse, he's actually a real head coach. He actually
looking good, right?
Makes adjustments. We actually run a real offense. Embiid has taken a astronomical step forward in his playmaking, and it's great to see. He has done wonders for this team, and I love hearing Doc shit on Joel whenever he gets the chance, or shit on the Sixers whenever he gets the chance, dude. You stunk too. It was your fault too. So you can go cry about it somewhere else, Doc. Keep doing them ESPN games. Austin can keep fucking crying as well. I don't care. So.
Now, will you be attending the January 16th matchup between the Nuggets and Sixers in Philly on TNT? It's a Tuesday night. Will you be there?
No, I'd rather work.
What about Monday afternoon at 1 p.m. against the Rockets on the 15th?
I would do that. The old MLK game. I would. I would knock that out. I would do that. But the problem with I haven't been to a Sixers game this year. I've kind of been in boycott mode. But just because of how when I was there at Game 6 last year, my heart was broken. I don't know how many times I could let one team break my heart in person. At least when I'm home, I could just go up to bed and just call it a night. But when you're at the stadium and you have to sit in traffic on the way out, and you're just sitting there listening to the radio, and they're like, "Epic collapse here by the Sixers here in Game 6." You're like, "Wow!" It becomes even more real. It just hurts. It hurts every time, but
hurts a lot.
I would like to go to a game soon. I'm kind of buying back in. I'm just curious to see what they do at the deadline, and then we're a little bit.
You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.